Hello Angela and welcome to Friday. Today I had a teaching conference where they got all of the TAs from the entire university, all different departments, science, humanities, social science. And I had a kind of a general feel-good, hand-wavy conference. Interesting, not really worth all the time they put into it, but I guess part of the essential college experience, graduate college experience. I kind of wanted to give you a tour of all the stuff I've been going to get you an idea of what my life is sort of like. The problem is, I'm not really familiar with most things. Even the university, even the city. I'm not quite sure where stuff is and what cool stuff there is to show you. But one thing I can show you is my apartment. So let's begin there. So this is my living room, or Zach and my living room. That's the door. A TV, big shiny new TV, a kitchen. I love this kitchen. Gas stove. Gotta have a gas stove. Note to self. All of our glassware. Trust me, we're not alcoholics. We just like to buy pretty things. We have our own sake bottle because every Japanese boy should have one. Refrigerator. There's a daycare out there where the little children come in every morning and stay till like 6 in the evening. And so we come over here. This is my bathroom. That's my toilet. This is my shower curtain. I picked out these lovely bamboo shower curtains. I'm very proud of those. And we come over here. And this is my bedroom. It's a very big bedroom. I'm kind of lost with what to fill the bedroom with. But this is my workout poster that tells me how to get fit. This is the map of the city. My closet. And all my stuff. Towel. And outside that's the rest of the yard of the complex. So yeah, that's kind of where I live. That's pretty much all I'm equipped to show you at this point. Once I get more familiar with the campus and with the city itself, I will give you a better tour of where I live and work and play. So yeah, that is the tour of my apartment. Thank you, blurry and unfocused Kelsey, for that lovely tour. So more things about my day. Mainly today was about this teaching conference for all the campus TAs. And I appreciate the efforts and I appreciate the emphasis that they put on teaching. But a lot of it was kind of silly. A lot of times when there's these big group orientations, my natural impulse is to be sarcastic and irreverent and to make fun of things. But I encountered someone today who took that to a far different extreme. It was another teaching assistant, they call them GSIs here, and he completely didn't care about teaching. Absolutely just, he told me himself, oh, I'm not gonna try at all, the students are just gonna have to deal with it, you know, I'm not here to teach, I'm just to do research, so I'm not gonna put any effort into my teaching and I have no desire to do a good job. And although I do agree that, you know, I am in grad school to do research and I have my own priorities to take care of first, I think you should take all your responsibilities, research, classes, teaching, with at least a certain grain of respect and seriousness. And I think it's a little sad to begin grad school with a kind of jadedness and already a dislike and a disgust towards your responsibilities as a graduate student. And it kind of made me think I'm going to be more enthusiastic, I'm going to be more outgoing, and I'm going to more fully embrace and be happy while I'm here at grad school. Part of this decision was to go to what they have here called a chem keg. Every Friday, I believe it's every Friday, the chemistry department, someone in the department sponsors a keg of beer. And they put it out for people to drink and socialize and relax after a long week. and or perhaps prepare for a long weekend. And I generally don't like beer. I don't like beer at all, actually, in fact. And socializing with strangers makes me a little nervous and reminds me of my own social ineptitudes. But I decided that I would not be one of those sort of people who hides and just focuses on research, but I would embrace the full graduate experience. And so I went to Chemcake, had a lovely conversation. Okay, beer. Don't like beer, but I drank it. And then I came home to do this video because lest I neglect my strongest and greatest responsibility is towards entertaining you, Angela. And so now I am here, talking to you via camera. And in response to yesterday's book cover, the answer is Dealing with Dragons by Patricia C. Reed. I have to admit, this was a really hard one, and I had to do extensive and creative Googling to figure out the answer to this book, mostly searching for book, dragon, girl, fantasy, which got some weird things, but I eventually found it. It's a book I'm aware of, and I did hear about it. My friends did read it when I was younger, but I have to say that I was a little misogynistic. I was a little bit of a misogynistic reader as a younger boy, where I didn't really read books about girls, or even necessarily, not completely true, but written by girls. J.K. Rowling famously said that the reason why she went by her pen, or not her pen name, but her initials J.K., rather than Joan Kathleen Rowling, I think that's her actual name, is because she didn't want to discourage boy readers from reading a book written by a girl. And ashamedly, I have to admit that I was probably in that population that resisted reading books about girls just because they're icky and scared me a little bit. But Dealing with Dragons, I'm told it's a good book, and I'm fairly sure it is, and I think I will add that to my reading list. Your book for today is... That shouldn't be too much of a hard one. I'm kind of just giving you books just to recall nostalgic feelings of young adult literature, and hopefully you'll get a kick out of having to look that one up again. In response to yesterday's vlog about time machine chefs, oddly enough, that is a show that I was aware of, and I perhaps knew about before you knew about it. But one of the food channels that I watch is Food Wishes, featuring Chef John. And Chef John was actually a developer, or helped develop Time Machine Chefs, and he posted a link to one of the trailers for that first episode. And so I actually am aware of that show. Oddly enough, it does fall in within my set of interest, oddly enough. When I was much younger, I was a big medieval history buff, and I actually thought when I went to college that I wanted to be a historian, a medieval war historian, very specific. And part of my interest in medieval things was cooking. And when I was in middle school, one of my favorite websites was, aside from the Blade Turner Armory, where I found patterns for plate armor and chainmail, one of my other favorite websites was the Good Cookery, which I can post a link in the description. And it contained transcriptions of medieval recipes, a lot of which went like, take yon bird and roast it, and dress it with good spices. Very, very simple. Actually, for my 8th grade or 7th grade cooking class project, I convinced the rest of my group that our theme would be medieval food. So we had some sort of sweet chickeny rice thing with like rice, shredded chicken, flossy bits, and sugar. It was sweet, kind of savory, very good. I made flampointes, which is a meat pie. You basically take pork and shredded pork loin, and you mix it with cheese, and you put it in a pie crust and bake it. It was very, very good. A lot of medieval things, or at least as the way we interpret them now, have odd flavorings. So this meat pie. This meat and cheese pie was largely flavored with cinnamon, which I liked. Not everybody cared for it. And finally, for dessert, we made elderflower cheesecake. I'm not sure how authentic that one was. I'm not sure how prevalent cheesecake was in the medieval times. But that's what I had my people do, because that's what I loved. Anachronistic cooking. A little strange, but for those that know me, it kind of falls right within my groupings. And so I think I will leave you here. The sun is slowly fading. I should cook a protein-rich but low in fat meal for myself. Work out a little bit so I can get buff and not sweat so much when I pedal up the hill towards school. And so I think I will leave you here. Have a wonderful weekend, Angela. I love you, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye. Also, this is what I made for dinner.